All right, hey everybody, Chad Sarna from Good Catch here. Today, we're celebrating the holidays, Good Catch style, using some plant-based tuna. We're gonna be making Tuna Spanakopita triangles, and this is a great appetizer. These are gonna be filled with sauteed spinach, some vegan feta, some Good Catch tuna. They're an amazing appetizer to serve at your next holiday meal. Stay tuned, you don't wanna miss this one. Hey you guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you love this video, be sure to hit the like button. All right, Spanakopita is typically filled with spinach and cheese. Today we're gonna be getting a little Good Catch twist on this. We're gonna be adding some Good Catch tuna. Might sound different, but it is so delicious. You've got all the traditional spices, traditional flavors in there. It is gonna be absolutely delicious. So I have a saute pan. I'm gonna go to medium-high heat. I'm gonna slice up half an onion, okay? So I'm just going to slice up some red onion. We're gonna saute the spinach as well. All right, add some olive oil. Some onions, get that sauteing. All right, so we're gonna add the onions in there. Let these get translucent, okay? Sauteed a bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt in there. All right, a little bit of pepper. This is traditionally a Greek cheese and spinach pie. It's usually in a casserole dish. I like to make these in small appetizer portions. They're great for past. They're a great appetizer. I just love them for a great snack. Dipped in some yogurt, dipped in some hot sauce. These are gonna be really, really good, you guys. So I'm gonna next add spinach. Okay, get those a little translucent. We're gonna add some spinach. Next I have some arugula. This gives it a little bit of a bite. Typically it's just spinach, but I like using a little bit of arugula in there because it really gives it a nice little peppery note as well. So we're going to saute those up. Okay, so it might take a minute for the spinach to wilt and soften up, but just let it saute just for a moment. If you need to speed up that process, you can always splash it with a little bit of water, but I like just sauteing it here. Patience is key, okay? While that's cooking, I'm gonna prep some other ingredients, okay? So, one of the key ingredients when it comes to Spanakopita is feta, all right? There are a couple great fetas on the market, you guys. One BioLife, this is from BioLife, which is more of a block, and this is Follow Your Heart. Both of them are fantastic. The BioLife one is a little bit more creamy. The Follow Your Heart one's a little bit more salty. I really like the Follow Your Heart feta myself. For this one, because I really want it to be a creamy appetizer when it melts, this BioLife is gonna work just great, okay? I'll lower that down to medium. All right, at this time, I'm gonna add some of the plant-based tuna, okay? So, this is a plant-based tuna, 6 legume blend. So delicious, you guys. Pairs so well with all these other components that we're gonna be adding in here. So we got some of that plant-based tuna, stir that up. All right, so those greens have wilted. I'm gonna take that off the heat and I'm gonna prep everything else, all right? Good size mixing bowl. And we're gonna get some of that feta. Whenever I'm doing any kind of creamy filling, I like the combination of a vegan cheese, whatever your choice is, whether it's feta, whether it's a shredded. I add a little bit of cream cheese also, and that really adds to the creaminess once it is cooked up. So I'm gonna add some of that cubed up feta. Gonna add some fresh dill. Okay, so I'm gonna add some herbs. First going in is the dill. Gonna use some parsley in there as well. I like using fresh herbs. Now you can certainly use dried herbs, but you know, fresh is best. It's my first choice when it comes to really bringing the flavor and freshness and all these flavors together. I love using fresh herbs, much preferred. Okay, so I'm gonna add a bunch of parsley in there. Okay, next I'm gonna use a little bit of this vegan cream cheese. Okay, I'm gonna use some chili flake. I have some nutmeg, some fresh nutmeg. You can use already ground, but the nice thing about using a microplane zester, whether it's for zest or whether it's for ginger or garlic, you can also use it on nutmeg. Fresh nutmeg is so nice. Nutmeg in there. Okay, we're gonna add some lemon zest. Yep. All right, so I have some lemon zest in there too. Now lemon zest, without adding the lemon juice adds an acidity, whereas the lemon zest, it adds just a really nice citrus note to this, okay? So I'm gonna add all these cooked items here. We have that cooked spinach, we have that red onion, we have that good catch in there, right? All right, last item is we're gonna use some green onion in here. Now I don't cook green onion much. I always add green onion towards the end whenever I'm making a dish, just because it's so delicate and it really doesn't have the strength of a white or a red onion, so I like to add it when I add herbs to a dish. I'm gonna add some green onion in there. Okay, let's stir that up. Let's add a little bit more black pepper. All right. This filling is nice and mixed thoroughly. You could chop the spinach if you want before you add it as well, that's fine. This will be just right. So let's transfer that to a smaller bowl that is mixed up. It smells so good, you guys. That fresh lemon zest in there, that dill, really, really nice. Lots of aroma coming from this filling, so, all right. So our filling is done. The oven is preheated to 375. So these are going to cook for about 20 minutes, okay, at 375. So I have some parchment. You can use a Silpat. You can spray it with a little bit of oil if you wish. I like using parchment paper here. We're next going to use some phyllo dough. So make sure when you're choosing phyllo, you grab the vegan one, all right? There's some that tend to use butter, but there are plenty of vegan ones on the market. Okay, so phyllo is a pastry that you can use with sweet and savory applications. And this is just really nice. I'm not gonna use all of this, all right? So I'm gonna take some of these sheets and take some of them and roll it back up. Whenever you're using phyllo, just like if you're using any kind of dumpling skins or anything like that, making dumplings, you gotta just keep it covered up so it doesn't dry out, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make these little triangles. So let's cut this in half, all right? Let's cut it in 6 slices. All right, so you have these strips. We're gonna assemble away, all right? Whenever I'm doing any kind of appetizers, okay, any production, I like to lay out a bunch on the countertop or on my cutting board so I can just start assembling. You can do 1 to 2 sheets each. I'll do 2. I'll lay those out. All right, so let's assemble these up. I'll show you here. We're gonna take about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. Okay, I'm just gonna add that to the bottom. Now to make it easier to handle, you can certainly cut the spinach. I didn't cut the spinach, usually I would after it's sauteed, but I forgot to. All right, so let's start rolling these up. Okay, what I like to do is make these in triangles. You're basically just folding them, all right? So you're folding them once, you're folding it twice, and you're just moving your way up, okay? And then at the very end, I will take a wee bit of spray oil and you have these beautiful little triangles, okay? So I'm gonna continue that. We're gonna make, 18 to 20 of these and we'll be good to go, okay? So because you're using parchment paper, I'm not gonna spray the bottom, all right? But once they're completely covered on this parchment, I will give it a quick spray and I'll put it in the oven for 20 minutes, okay? Now that all of them are assembled, last thing I do, I give a good quick spray. These are gonna be good to go. All right, 375. I'm gonna put them in for about 20 minutes. They're gonna get golden, they're gonna get crispy. The cheese is gonna come out the side a little bit. These are gonna be kind of a mess, but that's the good part about it. You let them cool, they're great as an appetizer, great as a pasta hors d'oeuvre, okay? Let's check these out in 20 minutes. Nice. These have been in the oven for about 20 minutes. You've seen some of them exploded a little bit on the side. That's fine, okay? Because the flavor's all there. These are an amazing appetizer regardless. Just let's serve these up, all right? So we're gonna grab a couple of these. They're nice and crispy. That phyllo, oh, it's so nice, so nice. Let's put these around a platter. Really, really good. Once they cool down, you can certainly handle them and pass them as a pasta appetizer. get one more over here. I have some yogurt. This is a great little addition. So I have some plant-based yogurt. You can serve it with some hot sauce as well, which is really nice. Just gonna garnish that plate. They are super hot right now, so I'm gonna wait before I dig into them. All right, there you have it. Tuna Spanakopita, an amazing holiday appetizer, you guys. The creaminess from that vegan cheese, the texture from that tuna adds a really nice different level of flavor here. It is so delicious. Great appetizer for the holidays. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed this recipe. Be sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.